Alright, I'm going to start on this little flooring thing. He asked me to fix the last board. I lifted the register up. It was jammed in this corner. And you can see here the seam isn't even in on this board. Probably doesn't matter because the register covers this one. But we got to have the factory edge. And these are cut out. And this here, I thought it just popped out. But like I didn't touch it. I just said, yeah, I'll look at it. This has been cut. There's neither side, there's no tongue or groove on it. And this one, same thing. How would that fit? It's not going to fit. And this one goes down under the toilet. Ugh. I thought it was going to be an easy fix, but if it was me, I probably would have started at this wall because it's more difficult. Set the toilet back, all that, moved across to the other wall over there because over there is just a outside wall, not a big deal. But this is a lot of stuff to cut around for the last board. And then it might have the tongue right here, but you got to keep these pieces in whole so you can hook to something. That one I might be able to just glue on the floor. He's got this baseboard on there, but what I like to do is take my oscillating tool and cut the trim works out so everything can slide right under. And this one doesn't. See how tight it is? This toilet is what brand is it? A Swiss Madison? Never heard of that, but it looks like a pretty good quality, but the Slow Cole's toilet seat's all over the place. And there's no nut to tighten under there, so I gotta check out the style. And then, that's not the best work I've seen right there. I'm gonna try to get this out of there without tearing the whole thing apart and see if we can replace this board. And then we got to have another board that clicks into it, cut over and under that. They're hard to do at the end of the run here. Well, this is a factory edge, but that is not down there. They cut that off flush, straight. And the toilet's sitting on it, and then they caulked around the toilet, which you don't do. And so if I remove the toilet, these boards are going to be kind of bad. It'll be hard to clean them off. They got to go exactly the same. Then I'll probably have to re-caulk it, which I don't like to do. And then these boards aren't put down right because they went every other and only staggered about 10 inches. So the old linoleum is still under there, is why the board won't lay flat. So I'd like to get the oscillating tool and undercut this and then try to slide our boards under it. And I don't know, I'd probably get this seam to go in, but they caulked that, so apparently it kept pulling apart on them. And then here's how they cut it around a round pipe. So you could see that gap. So I've only got a couple boards here. He left one that's a partial piece. That's not going to even make it to the register. So that one might work in there if, I don't know, let's see. So I got to use one new board here. I think he's got a couple in a box. And then, like I said, I get this seam in, but I don't know about that. So I probably would put a little construction adhesive and hold the two ends together and try to conceal that slightly. It is behind the toilet. But, and then probably have to do the same down there because it's a 1-inch piece. That's what I do, is I would stagger the joint enough that that's a full piece there. And then it wouldn't fall apart. I might have to take this baseboard off to be able to do a little better job there too. But some people ought to leave it to others to do. This baseboard is up pretty high. That doesn't look good. And then again, this one over here, he didn't ask me to fix it, but see that? That's not pretty. None of this is gaps. So, and there's a lot of pieces, short pieces there. But you want to plan this and see the cuts are short. I don't know. I'll see what I can do here. He's got a box with a couple planks in it. I'll see if I can get these to work. Well, I cut a piece, slid it down there the best I can. Looks much better not having a big gap there. And then down here, I removed the baseboard. Wasn't on there with much. And look at these gaps. That's already, wow. Is it 7/8? So this one here is about 7/8. This is probably half. They're all over the place. So this is definitely like a homeowner did the job. This is more than 3/4. That's too big a gap. And you see where the drywall is. There's still a space out there. So it looks like they drywalled over the lath and plaster. I feel air movement. There's a gap in the plywood. But what you want to do is you want to run it all the way out, minus a 1/4 inch, so that if this floor moves around, it won't be visible. Over there on the other side under the sink, you can see some gaps, and that's not what I was asked to fix, but it's a shame they wasted money on that. I probably could put this floor down quicker than repairing this. I've got one board there, one board here, one board in there. That's 3. And then, like I said, I put this base on. You could still sort of see the gaps. So I'm not asked to fix that. I just would like to relay that you got to read the directions. You got to follow the directions. Makes a big difference on this type of flooring. We don't want the seams to come apart. You don't want to, hi Frank, you don't want to take out your tongue and groove and just set your planks in there and think they're going to stay still. And I don't know. I'm going to finish this up. I took the closet doors off to give me better access. I'll put these panels in. I'm going to leave a little gap across here, and I might run a bead of caulk. Then glue these back on. And then the base over here is missing. It would look better without a gap. And then, like I said, he didn't say anything over there, so I'm not going to mess with it, because I'll have to take the base off. Then I come out into the middle here. So that's a big deal to try to fix that down there. Wants attention here, don't you? So I cut a little piece out of his scraps. He left very little. He doesn't have much left of this flooring. So the best way for this is to click this one on and then slide it underneath. See if I can do it here. Let me do it 2 hands. I'll be right back. Okay, I got that piece in. Looks great. And then drop my register in. That's an odd spot to put a register right tight in the corner under the molding, but that's what they had. And see, he labeled his. So must be cut them and carried them up and glued them on. They're double-sided tape. So must be he was thinking on taking them back off. So I'll put these back together, but I got to do one more board. And it's a hard one because if I'm trying to do it in one piece, it's got to go under both. And so it would be easier if there's a seam in the middle and I can do one side and the other side. But let's see if I can do it out of one. I don't know. Well, I fixed that annoying toilet seat. This is those concealed sides, smooth sides. You can't reach under to get the toilet seat bolts, but these have a swivel. You swivel them out, Phillips screw under it. So I got this thing to work. So now this baseboard looks terrible. I don't know what he was thinking, but he stopped it a little long. Almost 3/16. It's up in the air and is higher than this thing, which is part of a cabinet. So you could either cut this across, put your baseboard in, but that would affect this other side. So what he should have done probably is run a taper on this and cut the bottom off and allow it to drop down, because I want to finish this off, but I don't want to make a piece that comes out over and have an end out here either. You know, he mitered everything else. But then I got looking at it, look underneath it here. It's up in the air, but it's up in the air because there's another piece of stacked flooring sitting on top of it there, shimming it up. I don't know. They try to level it? I don't know. So let me pop that thing off and what did I get into, right? Alright, what it is, it's two pieces of square cut just sitting there. And that one's cut off square. They just had them stick it in like that. Terrible. Probably what I would recommend, over there under the sink there's some gaps and stuff. I think I'd recommend to go around the top of the baseboards and put white caulk. Then on the base of the baseboards, I would recommend a shoe mold. That register should have been moved over. A little more of a project, but then if they had a shoe mold in front of them, that would cover all these gaps. They make that in PVC too, but yeah. I'm not here to fix the whole room, but I've got this extra piece from the front of the shower unit, and I thought I'd put that in there. And then this one, I think I'd like to just put a bead of caulk, but I might end up getting a piece of shoe or cove or something, quarter round or something to put down in front of that just to cover, because I'm worried this stuff's going to move around. And see this moving way up and down here. So it's either too tight. See, there's no gap on this one. Ugh. It's either too tight or there's a dip in the floor. But you don't caulk the toilet in for sure. I guess I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to put these on the way he had them and let her ride. And then the repair I did over there, it looks pretty good. I put 2 boards in there, another short one there, and another one I repaired from him over there. And there's no gaps in them now. But here, I don't know. I guess if it was me, I'd tear this floor out and redo it. Take the toilet out of here, take the baseboard off. Maybe buy shoe mold if this is no good. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, I got things buttoned up here. We tightened that toilet seat. That drove me nuts. I didn't mess with any kind of molding over here. He didn't say to do anything, so I put that back together. That needs a major redo if so. I would recommend taking the floor out. I fixed that, put down a new board there, another new board in there. I ran caulk around the perimeter. That's what I like to do if we're not using a molding. Here's our access panel. The button cap that I bought were too small. Those said they're out weeks. I don't know, they're not under order, so we can put them on if the homeowner wants them, but they can pull the 4 screws and pull that panel off. So that looks real similar, made out of PVC. She said she had some of this gray touch-up paint, because there's a couple marks around the room. If she touched all those up, she could touch these and where they ripped the baseboard off that side. I just ran caulk in front of the shower unit. If they want me to put down a PVC molding, we'll pick up one. And let's see here. We got our doors on. They can work pretty good. They're magnetic. Dawson helped me do that yesterday. They stay nice. Got a couple fingerprints on it. I could probably let the homeowner clean that off. They might have a squeegee. I didn't see anything, and I don't have that stuff with me. So we let's see here. I sprayed a little glass cleaner in there, but I don't have anything proper to clean it with, so I'm just smudging it. We put the PVC trim around. Went around the whole thing. That's what I was so worried about is, you know, you can throw a nice shower in there, but if you don't trim it off, it just don't look right. They didn't want to go to drywall, paint, labor, all the extra. That'd take a couple of days, run up some money. the PVC board in stock, cut it, install it, done. They can paint it if they want. It's a nice white, blends in nice with the room now. The faucet works pretty good. I turned the water on. I ran it a long time. I picked out a shower wand, sent them a picture, and they said, no, we just want the shower head. So I can't clean the shower much better than this. The water is plenty hot, so we don't have to adjust it. And then it'll bring it down to warm and off. And our drain works awesome. It does not fill up. No burping, nothing like that. But their first shower, they get some shampoo and soaps in there, and they use a squeegee. They can get this all cleaned up. So I put a couple of them boards together, did some adjustments. This one was apart. I put that together. There's a little one there, and there was like 3 boards over there we fixed. The trim, the shower, the insulation on the back wall, a little bit of floor repair. We set it in concrete, you know, mortar mix. This is a barn door style. It's kind of attractive. Let me know in the comments what you think. Would you do the PVC trim like that, or would you have gone to the extent of ripping off the corners and installing new beaded corners and go through the thing of painting the entire room? And you see they were a little bit sloppy when they painted it, but if that's good for them, that's good for me. I don't live here. I do what the homeowners wanted. That is a Delta door and a Delta shower with a Moen faucet. And so thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next project, guys. Remember to like, subscribe, and share. Well, I wish I brought my towel. I could use a shower right now. So I got a lot of tools and miscellaneous. Run the vacuum, sweep the floor, mop the floor, follow my way all the way out, and I'm out of here. So thanks again. See you later.